All right, here we go. We are arriving in the new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April the 19th. Now, like I said before in an earlier video, that this is a very rare occurrence to have a reoccurring new moon in the same zodiac back to back. We just had a new moon in Aries almost a month ago, and now we have another one starting eclipse season on the 19th of April. Also, I should point out that 19 is a karmic debt number. In numerology, there are certain numbers that are karmic debt numbers. We have 13, 14, 16, and 19. And it's important to know these numbers because they do hold a very strong relatable trait with some of the energies that we may be working with within ourselves or even in our outer world. And this is actually quite interesting that this karmic debt number is coming in during the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Aries is a very individualistic energy. It is very much of the I will. It is very much connected to willpower, our desires, our confidence, right? So Aries is the initiator. So we've been in Aries season for a while now. The day after Aries season is the Taurus season on the 20th. So the sun goes into Taurus. We arrive in the earth energy of the stable, reliable, long-term thinking, long-term planning Taurus. Taurus thinks about the long term. It invests what we have started, the spark of our creation during Aries season. It invests that into long-term growth. It gives it form. So it takes the spark, brings it into form, right? And builds it out for our long term, nurtures it, enjoys the finer things in life, takes time through the process. Now, the karmic debt number 19 is really important to know with this new moon in Aries. So, wow, this is quite interesting to be aware of. This karmic debt number 19 is to come to an understanding of mutual relationships, understanding, and love between other people, between partners. 19 can be a very, very individualistic energy, an island unto itself. So if we are too independent, and Aries can be a very independent energy because it is very much of the I. Aries, and if you caught my other video with the full moon in Libra that we just had, Aries and Libra do oppose each other, and the whole concept of those two, the new moon and the full moon, being in the same cycle together is to allow us to be aware within ourselves of where are we being too individualistic, where are we being maybe too maybe even self-centered, really thinking about ourselves first, putting ourselves first, the I will, the confidence, the desire to work through our goals maybe on our own versus understanding people and relationships and working with others. So the 19 karmic debt number basically heightens that trait, and that would be more of a shadow trait when it falls into this energy of really thinking about ourselves, the way that we react to people, the way that we respond, how we interpret situations, maybe almost considering more about what's important for us versus what's important for everyone, what's important for all. Also, maybe the decisions that we're making and the perceptions that we have around ourselves, is it more skewed towards one side, towards us? And there's nothing wrong with thinking about ourselves. And in fact, I encourage that, especially when it comes to personal boundaries and seeing through our goals and spending time by ourselves and focusing on ourselves. That's important. This is a different story. This is when it becomes a little bit too heightened, when we are thinking of ourselves first rather than being observant around relationships, human connections, thinking of others, and even when it comes into maybe confrontations or conflicts or matters of the heart. This karmic debt number can also fall into isolation and loneliness due to the lack of support from others. And if we can be very individualistic, if we can want to be in our power, if we can want to do things our own way, we may tend to cut other people out. And that can be a form of isolation and self-imposing the loneliness factor on ourselves. And so we need to find that balance of, if you are an individualistic type of person, if you like to do things on your own, finding the balance of having the support around you and inviting people in, but still maintaining your level of comfortability, maybe for working by yourself or spending time by yourself. So where can the balance be integrated, or where can you maybe fine tune some of the qualities within yourself for working with others and bringing people in with regards to your comfort level. And sometimes too, we may have those shadow traits within us that may create fear around inviting people in. Maybe if we've gone through trauma, there could also be this hesitation to trust. So there could be all these interplays that we have within ourselves, or if you have within yourself, if you're working through this, it is an invitation for self-awareness and self-discovery, and maybe even working on breaking through some fears or inviting people into your life in certain ways to help you with your goals, to help you. Maybe it could even be from having fun and inviting play into your life to working with others to maybe upgrade your career or take it to another level. If there is a really strong energy around ourselves, our perceptions, our beliefs, our values, which are all good to have, but if it's really imposed onto other people without understanding other people's perspectives, this is when the dualities come into play. This is where we create imbalances with relationships. When we become very strong in our opinion and very strong in the way we want things done, then we create the separation. That's where this karmic debt number 19 comes into effect. So we have to be very aware, potentially, if this is resonating with you, if that energy or if that trait within yourself is going to become, if it's going to surface, if it's going to become part of the conscious level, so that you can be aware of it. And again, maybe how you can work through it to invite more balance. And it sort of kind of takes us back to that full moon in Libra, what it was teaching us 2 weeks ago. But again, this new moon solar eclipse arriving on the 19th is really interesting energy that it could superpower or could amplify our personal power and potency of oneness, of self. So just be aware of some of those energies. It is going to naturally magnify the Aries archetype, and this 19 karmic debt number with that super amplified Aries trait can definitely bring our power up to the surface and want to be heard, not want to listen to other people, maybe very stubborn, maybe very headstrong energy also on top of that. So just be aware of some of that energy that might be surfacing. And this is temporary. This is something for us to face. It may trigger a shadow aspect within yourself as well. So again, it's all about awareness. That's all we can do, is just be aware of our actions, the energy, our emotions, our triggers. And by creating the awareness, we will create a greater ability to observe our actions and then start to create distance with the way that we are reacting within ourselves. You know, being able to self-regulate, being able to work through situations without so much conflict or without so much difficulty. Starting to create the awareness is going to change a lot within yourself. Also, I should mention some of the traits within that karmic debt number 19 and Aries. I mean, they're very tied together. It's I can see the very harmonious nature that could very well spark some of these karmic debt traits of the karmic debt number 19. So I will leave a link below of this karmic debt number for your information, for your reference. But another trait to be aware of is the willpower and the confidence that can really come through. And what I was initially feeling for this new moon was the confidence, this boost of confidence that a lot of us can embody, that we can really work with to maybe initiate something, to take our project to the next level, to be daring, to make a change, to stand in our power, which is great. And it's good to embody this energy. And in the tarot, the major arcana of the Emperor is very relatable to this archetype of the new moon in Aries, the solar eclipse. Actually, I would very much equate it to the Emperor and the Tower together. The Tower is associated with Mars. Mars rules Aries. It is a very strong energy. So we are invited at this time to stand in our power, to make a change, to plan, to hustle, to put ourselves out there, to, in a way, think about ourselves. But again, that is where we have to be cautious of where are we integrating too much of that power, or where are we allowing too much of that power to come in and to maybe override our subconscious so that we are maybe becoming too independent and creating imbalances with relationships and with how we are working with others. Now, this karmic debt number 19 also does share traits of confidence, being hard at work, hard worker, a pioneer at heart, and willing to take risks. It is a very headstrong energy, as I mentioned before, and this can prove to be very successful if you know how to work with this energy, if it can be balanced, and again, the relationships can be healthy and well maintained. So determination and drive is part of our success story. We need that in order to succeed. We need that in order to overcome challenges. So the karmic debt number 19 and this solar eclipse in Aries, especially the Aries archetype, can be very complementary, but it also can fall a bit more into the struggle, again, the shadow traits of both of these traits and archetypes, if you will. But like I said, right after this eclipse, this new moon eclipse, we're moving into Taurus season. Sun is in Taurus, and things are naturally going to ground down. In 2 weeks, we have the full moon eclipse in Scorpio on May the 5th, which I'll record a separate video for that. That one's going to be really nice. But around this time, this energy is going to last for some time. So you might even be noticing some of the energy starting to change already. Myself, I am. So I feel that we are slowly moving into this energy of this new moon solar eclipse. It can again invite a lot of confidence, a lot of willpower, a lot of spark, fresh energy that's going to come in, especially during springtime in the Northern Hemisphere here. So definitely welcoming some of that energy. And for myself, I'm feeling very energized. So it's a good feeling. I always say when it comes in, ride the wave, work as efficiently as you can, but just watch some of the intensities of the energy, or maybe where you can make some positive changes to address some of the shadow aspects, as I mentioned before. During the eclipse season, it is not a time for manifestation. It is a time for awareness. It is a time to be open for the universe to provide. It is a time to follow your desires, especially again, under this energy of Aries. It is really much connected with your dreams and desires, and anything that you can do to inspire action towards your dreams and desires will be very beneficial. But mostly be open for change, be open for the unexpected. If you've been working on your manifestation journey or transformative journey, this is where you can see some of the results for that effort. So again, just be in surrender. Try not to put any expectations out there or any emphasis on results. Just allow for this to unfold. And if you have anything such as a creative insight or a burst of passion or an idea or something you want to try or something you want to initiate, go for it, because I feel that it will be well rewarded in your future. All right, so this is it for me. Thank you very much for being here. And of course, check me out on Patreon. There's a lot of good stuff going up over there, as well as our inner circle where we talk about things like this every week. So I'm wishing you all the best with your transformative journey and beyond. And I will be seeing you very soon. Take care.